Hey, welcome back to The Edge. Google says if you won't do it, we'll just do it for you. Musk continues to try to find ways to justify a $44 billion purchase of Twitter. Google Search is likely the next player to step into the AI chat game. You're listening to News from The Edge for the week of February 6, 2023, here on Edge of the Web Radio.
From the Edge of the Web studios, here's what we're looking at this week.
This is Edge of the Web Radio. I'm your host, Erin Sparks, owner of Site Strategic, a digital marketing firm here in Indianapolis, Indiana. We're covering SEO and digital marketing separately from our interview series, our weekly series that we do each and every week to get you news as quickly as it happens. So check out our own site at edgeofthewebradio.com. That's edgeofthewebradio.com. So you can check out all the recent shows and all the interviews as well. This is the SE Ranking digital marketing news desk of Edge of the Web. SE Ranking is the new title sponsor of the news from the Edge, and we're proud to be able to have them on board. Let you guys know who they are. They're a fantastic marketing SaaS platform. They have some incredible tools in SEO, auditing, and rank tracking and the like. We're going to talk a little bit more about what they do here in the show, but they have a great contest as well you got to check out. So that said, I'm going to introduce. We got a little bit of news, a different scenario today. I'm actually broadcasting from my domicile as opposed to the studio over at Edge Media Studios, and I got Mordy remote as well. So we're remoting in, and we've got Jacob in the pocket there handling all the button switches. So hi guys, how are you doing?
Good.
Hello.
It's fun being in the studio. By
Energy.
Myself. It's so
great.
quiet.
Yes. How was your trailer?
My trailer. Okay, here's the. I'm going to debunk this thing, right? I actually put my trailer in storage facility, not the garage, but a storage area for the winter, right? So I did not have the pleasure of experiencing what my wife experienced when she had COVID, because she voluntarily. I want to make sure that's actually in there. Went into a teardrop trailer for 10 days while she was sick, voluntarily, right? I did not force it in there. Neither did me and the kids go out there while it was dark and shake the trailer at any point in time either. So that is also completely ill-reported.
I don't understand. You took the trailer out of the garage where you're storing it and moved it to another storage facility. Was it a garage?
Correct.
At someone else's house?
No, I'm not renting somebody else's garage. I have a storage facility down the road. They'll use storage facilities because we couldn't put everything in our own garage.
The garage is not a good enough storage facility for.
It's not.
No.
It's not. No. However, I wouldn't mind at this point in time
that you knew you were going to get COVID and you didn't want to end up in the trailer. It's like, oh, honey, we got to move the trailer to a storage facility a block away because the garage, that's not a storage facility. A garage is something else.
And she has no idea where that is. Exactly. I took the piece off the board, Morty. So she would have played. She would have played it in a heartbeat. All right. Wow. So. For everybody who's listening, yep, I'm still back out of the office and doing the quarantine thing, but I'm coming back around here very soon, so you'll hear some air raid sirens, Jacob. But thanks for handling everything last week. Really do appreciate it.
Oh yeah,
you guys were doing a little bit freeform in the show, though. You went a little bit crazy with the ring dings. I got to say, I thought we were done. I thought we were past that. I thought we understood that ding dongs were much superior, much more superior.
I actually have no joke. I have the Drake's Cake site open right now because I'm coming to the U.S. next week. Or is it next week? Yeah. And I'm going to order me a couple boxes of ring dings.
I mean, you mean ding dongs. So the better. We'll make sure that gets delivered to you.
Chad, content marketing expert and influencer, who I didn't even realize who I was talking to, because you guys are great at marketing your own people. He is an expert on things, and he said ring dings are better.
Oh, wow.
It's true. He did.
Did he?
He did.
He did say that, didn't he? Yeah.
In a blind.
He really
absolutely did. In a blind taste test.
Blind taste test.
Not only that,
conducted by Erin Sparks.
Destroyed and crumpled, and it was still better.
Here's the thing. I think he's sick as well. So I think his taste buds were off this entire
Oh.
time. So there's
Oh.
Lies.
Everyone who tried
Anything you can do
ring-dings
to
got
get out of this,
COVID?
huh?
Is that
Ridiculous.
is that what you're saying?
yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, I
Ring dings
also
cause
tried it,
COVID.
and I did not get COVID, but I didn't try it on camera, I don't think. So maybe that's
That's the combination.
that's what it is.
Maybe you got COVID from your ding dongs. And actually, that's not what
Wow.
you get from ding dongs. You get other sorts of diseases from ding dongs.
Moving on to an article. Son of a. Okay. Welcome back, guys. All right, from Search Engine Land with Nicole Farley. Make the switch to GA4 or Google will do it for you. If you've not received this email in your inbox, you certainly will. Starting next month, advertise.
I ignored it.
My gosh.
Ignored it.
Advertisers will be creating, should begin creating new Google Analytics for properties, or they'll be automatically configured. So Google Analytics email came through, and you may not have gotten the word, but Google's once again reminded us that UA3 will stop processing data July 1st. Now, we've been talking about that ad infinitum. But the email that just came through says that Google will configure a few basic settings consistent with existing Universal Analytics property. This includes certain conversion events, Google Ads links, and existing G-tag and analytics.js tags. Now, here's the thing. If you don't want Google automatically to create new properties for you, you can opt out via instructions. We're actually going to put that link in the show notes as well. But long and short of it here, what we're seeing is that Google's actually going to be using existing UA tag, if I'm not misreading this, to actually fire the Google Analytics for property. So they're actually able to pull the data that Google Analytics 4 needs from the existing tag that's running the existing JavaScript that's actually on the site right now. I find that incredibly interesting. On top of that, they're also going to be migrating or at least emulating the conversion points that you have. Somebody thought ahead at least enough to go, this is about to be an incredible shit show. We've got to do something to help people out. Thoughts?
I guess you should do what everybody else is going to do. Let them migrate you over. Don't opt out,
Right.
but then don't do anything with it. Is that what people are doing?
Just
there's
been some struggles, that's for damn sure.
I had a call with her name is Jill Quick. She's an expert in analytics. I was talking to him today about something on the Wix side. Wix, where we have the Surps Up podcast every week. If Erin decides to get his act together and produce the episode, but
oh my god, really? I was on my deathbed with COVID.
Big deal. I said it's no big deal. You're like, no, I'm so sorry. I'm like, hey, it's no big deal, man. But you want to make a big deal out of it. Here we go. Anyway, she said the way that most people think about GA4, they look at it like Universal Analytics. Like it's the same car, except it's not a car, it's a helicopter. So yeah, it's similar. They have, a steering wheel kind of thing, and they have, lights and a windshield, but they function completely differently. This is the problem that I have, is that it looks so similar. It looks just like the car, but it's a helicopter, and I can't figure out how to get it off the launch pad, to use Jill's analogy.
That's a good analogy. Yeah, there's a good analogy there, because it is.
I went in and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna learn. I started playing around with like the whole explore thing, because her point was that you end up creating your own reports, right? It's not like it's there for you in Universal Analytics. You just kind of like got to find where the reports are. You add dimensions, and we're fine. Okay, here you're creating what I'm doing.
Yep.
It's like cooking.
And Jacob can attest to it. Jacob's been working on these reports and doing customization and conversion migration. Jacob, you want to chime in on that? It's been a bit of a hot mess, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot there that doesn't really come across easily. You kind of rebuild it, or some things like some of our third-party stuff doesn't work yet, or is just starting to work.
Right.
I was going to say, last week, a coworker came to me and said, "Hey, I thought we converted this person over already to GA4, but I'm getting a notification that they aren't." And I looked, all of our clients, the ones we have moved and not, are getting a reminder again. And it looks like maybe, I didn't dig into it too far because it didn't seem like an immediate need, but it looks like maybe there's like a checklist now and that checklist might be part of this. If you don't do it by March, we'll do it for you, kind of thing. So all of our clients we've
Oh, wow.
moved are now getting a notification, and if you read it too quickly, it sounds like you haven't done anything yet. So
Got it.
if you log in, and it's only if you're looking at the UA property, you may see a notification that's like, oh, you haven't completed moving everything yet, even though you may think you have. So watch for that as well, because I think that's part of this rollout of the promise that they're going to help. So there's like a 12-point checklist now, and you can go through and mark things complete. I don't recall seeing that in the past. Maybe it was buried
Right.
somewhere, but now you can get right to this checklist. And everything that we've moved so far, we weren't using the built-in checklist. We had our own internal checklist. So now all of these clients are being marked as like, hey, don't forget to move their stuff. So it's kind of shocking at first.
So on top of that, yeah, anybody that's a recipient or an admin on that UA3 is going to get that notification.
Right.
So you may have
What have you been
communicated to
doing
the
for me?
client. Exactly. So that's a bit of a shot in the foot there, because you're going to have some bad brand relationships happening real quick if if the marketers don't step up and go, hey, don't worry about that. That was just a boilerplate communication. We've got everything under control. That's a good point, Jacob. That really is, because that can be an awkward conversation or two, right?
Yeah, it could. Sure would be.
Talk about awkward conversations. I got something here real quick, but before anything, I want to make sure to let you guys know about who's sponsoring this show. InLinks is a sponsor of our show.
InLinks.
Oh,
got it.
God.
Mordy, ruining ad reads since
Listen to
2023.
Oh my gosh, you're actually trying to get me to cough up a lung now. Thanks so much. No. Did you know that Entity SEO plays a... I'm just going to ignore them. I'm just reading through it. Entities play a major role in how search engines understand and rank content on the web. So your content's not based on keywords anymore. Keywords are derivative of entities. Google understands entities more than you even know. And this is how you must approach search engine optimization in 2023 and 2022 if you're listening back then. How in the world do they? Never mind. InLinks provides you expert level data to be able to create your content around key concepts so that Google can actually understand the context of your articles. Go over to edgeofthewebradio.com/InLinks today to claim your free InLinks account and start creating content that will outperform your competitors. All right. Talking about awkward conversations, besides what was going on right there, Twitter is considering charging brands $1,000 per month to stay verified. Twitter's actually likely to charge brands $1,000 to keep their gold verification, plus $50 a month for each affiliated account, according to internal messages viewed by The Information. This comes from Erin Wu over at The Information. The pricing structure, which is according to messages, is being finalized and could still change, would add another chapter to that Twitter Blue saga, which alienated so many advertisers. That said, what are we even thinking here about them continuing to actually charge for this platform that was free public domain for the longest time? Now it's a continued money cranking machine. Is there value in Twitter? Morty, you're a Twitter file on a regular basis. Has the dynamic changed has the dynamic changed inside of Twitter so much?
I think the whole thing is ridiculous. Think backwards. Why is there verification? Verification is because you want to ensure that the company that you're dealing with is actually the company that they say they are. Like, this is like verified, that's them. It's not like, oh, it's Wix, W-I-X, not like, oh, someone put like, like a double X in there. Like, oh, okay, that's the real one. That one's the fake one. That's the real one. So the idea of buying verification itself doesn't make any sense to me. Two is on top of that, like, what are we turning this whole space into? It's almost absurd to me. First off, why would a business really want to keep the verification? That's a lot of money. So you're going to end up with big corporations like, whoever, like Wix, will pay for the verification. But then your average business is not going to pay $1,000 a month for this stupid thing. So then they lack all verification. Right. So then what about, but isn't there a need for verification? And if there's no need for verification, why does it exist?
Exactly. by monetizing it, you are setting a caste system almost between small businesses and large businesses, and celebrities for that matter. And if the brands are the only place where there's verification, and the audience believes that's the true verification, right? Then what are you doing to the brands that are participating on your platform? Because
Yeah,
$12,000 a year for small
you're a
businesses to
joke.
be
Please.
verified. It's ridiculous.
You know what's gonna end up happening is that like I'll like figure out a way to like add a little icon to my like my Twitter profile image that has like a little like in the corner, like a little like verification badge. But honestly, how does it help the users of Twitter? If verification is meant to be helpful to you, and now the only thing that as a person, as someone using Twitter to understand like, okay, this is a real business, what's going to end up happening is you're going to think the average person will think, okay, those that are verified businesses are legit businesses, those that are not verified are not legit businesses. But in the end, it just
Sure.
means that the one of the verifications want to spend some money on, the one who's not, it's not. So you're not really helping
Right.
people.
You're
Elon
just trying
Musk
to
not helping
salvage.
people since 2023, or really 2022, or really before that.
Yeah, really before that. I mean, all of a sudden,
Why
Tesla
doesn't
is
he
going
take a
and
rocket and go to space? Go to space. Go into space on a rocket.
like
Bring
Dr.
Jeff
Evil,
Bezos
right?
with you. Yes,
Jeff Bezos looks
and
more like
William Shatner.
Dr. Evil.
I mean, how can you afford a rocket to space
come
if you
on.
don't get every corporation to give you $1,000 a month?
Yeah, I
They
want
could
when those
sponsor
rockets go into
sponsor
space.
the rocket.
There you go.
I want it like, as paid for by name of company, and all the names of the companies who paid into this stupid verification.
I think there's definitely an
would
argument
be awesome.
for
Uh,
if a company is willing to spend that money and can spend that money, the chances of them being legit are very high. Like
Sure.
when they first rolled out, anyone can be verified now. Everyone was making
Right.
fake accounts, right? And then using that blue
Oh,
check
yeah,
as their
terrible.
excuse. There'll be very few
Didn't see
people
that
doing,
coming.
yeah, right. But there'll be very few people that would spend $1,000 a month on a prank site. So there's that side of it. I think that'd probably be like his best argument for it. I don't think that makes it worth $1,000 a month. I'm just trying to think of like what's the best argument for why this is helpful, and it is if you see that gold check mark, you're seeing someone that is willing to spend a lot of money to prove that they belong there.
Yeah, but like
That's
I don't know,
it.
like do you like I don't know, y'all like the bakery? I'm Jewish. Like we grew up like the bakery was a thing.
Okay.
Like remember it's like
Mhm.
Italian. Like, there's a lot of emphasis on the bakery. It's a very strong part of our culture.
Mhm.
You know, Moishe's Bakery. It's not gonna pay for
Right.
verification. So like now like the industrial brand, like Bob's, that's not a bakery, that's an emporium of chemicals. But Bob's is going to have the verification because Bob's Bakery is a nationwide chain in all the supermarkets. But
Right.
Moishe's,
Or
little
Drake's.
Moishe's, yeah, Drake's will have,
Drakes.
right? But imagine, Erin, imagine you go, Drake's has it, and Hostess doesn't. You'll be fooled to eating Drake's. Haha.
Tricked you.
Yeah, exactly. I would have. That would have been my decision-making criteria explicitly, and that's the point. Is that what's the verification really? How is it valuable anymore? Right? Like that gold badge. What does it really mean if it's not a consortium, a group verification? If there's not literally a uninterested third party that only does verification because of the type of content and the commitment of content from the brand. If it's just monetized, and this goes back to the whole damn thing to begin with, what's the point? Because anybody can do it now. Anybody can't pull the $12,000 a year lever, but what's the value behind that? Because there was always this perspective of vetted content, vetted brand, vetted individuals of that organization. None of that's there anymore. Just pay, put the coin in the slot, right?
We're at the point where Mel Brooks's age-old adage comes into play. Badges? We don't need no stinking badges.
That's not Mel Brooks.
You
That's
wrote
Outlaw
the movie,
Josie
dude.
Wales. That was Outlaw
No.
Josie Wales.
No,
Yes.
that's Blazing Saddles.
Nope.
No.
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 That's
No.
Outlaw Josie Wales.
No.
All right, we're all googling right now.
Fact checking.
Yeah, badges. We don't need no stinking badges. We don't need no stinking badges. A paraphrase of a line of dialogue from the 1948 movie, The Treasure of Sierra Madre.
Treasure of Sierra Madre. Oh man, we were both.
Yeah,
wrong.
so we're both wrong. But
wow,
but
we
By
suck.
the way, but that hang
use-
on. That makes me right because all I said was no. I didn't say what it was from. I just said it wasn't from Blazing Saddles. So
Wow. You are the
No,
authority in this. You should have a
they
gold
used
badge.
it.
Jacob.
that's the ability of my fact checking. Like, you're wrong. Well, what's the right answer? I don't know. You're just wrong.
It was used in Blazing Saddles.
So that's
Would
where
you
you
like
know
me to
from.
play it for you?
No.
Yes, that's
Okay.
yeah. I
I-
don't know from the 1938
I don't know if
movie.
I don't know if I have the editing power to keep up with editing out Blazing Saddles. So let's skip that one.
And we could probably get ourselves into trouble because the Lord knows Blazing Saddles is probably about to be canceled if it hasn't been already, right?
Certainly.
You got
All
the
right.
Presidential Medal of Freedom
Who
from
did?
Barack Obama. Mel Brooks.
Nice. I didn't know
Oh,
that.
he deserves it. Absolutely.
Damn straight does. Young
He's got the Schwartz.
Frankenstein,
He's got.
Spaceballs,
He's. Oh my god. Yeah. Very good. Very good.
endless.
He's got the Schwartz
Okay,
with him.
sorry.
He really does. No.
Hmm.
Absolutely. This is exactly what everybody's
All right.
listening for. All right, here it comes. Search engine land from Barry Schwartz and Janice Rose.
May the
And
Schwartz be with you.
yep. All right. So check this out. Sundar Pichai confirms Google is working on AI search feature users that they can actually engage directly with. So in the Google Q4 earnings call, Sundar confirmed that the company's plans are to actually deliver a ChatGPT feature. When was that announced? Never mind. I'll throw it
February
in the
2nd.
show notes. Thank you. They confirmed that this is the plan. In the next coming weeks or months, we'll make these language models available, starting with Lambda, so the people can engage directly with them. This will help us continue to feedback, test, and safely improve them. The models are particularly amazing for composing, constructing, and summarizing. They'll become even more useful for people as they provide up-to-date, more factual information, says Sundar Pichai of Google. All right, so here's the deal. It's coming. And we even have a name for it, if I'm not mistaken. That's not Sparrow, is it? It's isn't that the Bard that's coming into play here? Yeah, Apprentice Bard. Is that not the
Bard.
case?
Great name. Princess
Bard.
Princess Bride?
So earlier this week, Search Engine Land actually reported Google is rumored to have started its own version of ChatGPT called Apprentice Bard. CNBC actually reported when a question is entered, the search results will show a gray bubble directly under the search bar, offering more human-like responses than typical search features. Directly beneath that, the page suggests several follow-up questions related to the first one. Under that, it'll show typical search results, including links and headlines. And it's already been reported, switching gears real quick, that the chat bot for Microsoft's Bing search is already out in the wild. Have you seen that? There's been a lot of flurry over the weekend about that starting to be seen. Mordy?
I haven't seen it
Come
in a
across that?
while yet. Nope, not yet. I mean, I went to Bing like once, check it, and it wasn't there. Then I forgot that Bing went back to forgetting about Bing.
So chat search. We're going to be in the space of chat search and chat search SERPs, right? That's where we're going to be from an optimization standpoint.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to this.
Yeah, I can tell that you are
It'll be great.
giddy with anticipation. I can tell.
The only thing better of AI, we're deciding court cases, but other than that,
Oh yeah, there's another article I wanted to throw around. Thank you for the segue. All right, last one I want to throw
Perfect
into
pivot.
this. Absolutely, from Vice by Janice Rose. There, a judge just used ChatGPT to make a court decision. The case is the first time a court has admitted to using AI text generation answers in a legal ruling. Yeah, nothing could go wrong there. A judge in Columbia, used ChatGPT to make a court ruling in what was apparently the first time a legal decision has been made with that AI generator. First time that at least Vice knew about it. Judge Juan Manuel Padilla Garcia, who presides over the First Circuit Court in the city of Cartagena, he said that he used the AI tool to pose legal questions about the case and included its responses in his decision, according to court documents. Yeah, and that content is from 2021. The purpose of
what country is
these
this?
AI, this is Colombia.
I'm never
The
going
purpose, he said, AI produced text is in no way to replace the judge's decision. What we are really looking for is to optimize the time spent drafting judgments after corroborating the information provided by AI. Again, using it as a
Translation.
tool. Yep.
The judge was so bad and incompetent that this was an improvement. So we're going to go with it.
You can infer that, can't you? You absolutely can infer
mean,
that if
That's
if
the only
chatbot's being
logical
used.
reason why they would be like, oh, yeah, this is great. No. Nothing to see here. No problem. Just summarizing briefs.
Yeah, but Morty, we're saying the same thing, that SEOs could use ChatGPT as a tool to be able to guide context, not write for users, but actually guide legal proceedings in a whole depth of severity there. There's another story out there in the States where somebody's actually using a robot lawyer, a ChatGPT lawyer. The group is, and
What is
they're
this,
being
Saturday Night
they're being
Live?
challenged.
Caveman lawyer?
It's going to happen. It's going
Your
to happen. And this is
strange
actually
ways
happening right
frighten me.
I will terminate all your lawyer fees.
now.
This is nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is the surreal beyond surreal. And you
People-
got to use it where it's useful. If you start using it as frontline communication and decision making, the game's over. We're abdicating our role here as being in control
You're
of
talking about putting people in jail. Like,
yeah, you really are. But
That's
I
not
don't know
good.
what the case was. I don't know what the case was
Who cares?
in particular. But it doesn't matter. It
who
is
matters?
a
Like, this
terrible
court
decision.
case. Holy crap. You know what? It's all right. It'll be okay. Soon enough, Google will put this into their search. Bing will put it into their search. And you too can be a judge in Colombia.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? I mean, we already see that ChatGPT
No
can
training
actually
required.
can pass the bar, right? We saw that, and it could also, I think, it could pass some medical
Yeah, but that's not
exams
impressive
as well.
because I can pass the bar if it's open book. I'm
Yeah.
guessing
Also,
I might need a weekend to kind of figure out how those questions. I've never taken the bar. I've never taken a single class. But if you said, Jacob, take the bar, but you have the access to the entire internet, I could probably pass the bar. So
also, what about the
ChatGPT
intangibles?
What do you mean?
Like,
Is
yeah,
that a
it can
band?
pass the bar, but does it know how to be a bottom-feeding, scum-sucking piece of crap?
Oh, that's true. That's
Oh
learned.
yeah, that's
learned behavior.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's learned behavior. That takes a long period of grifting and booze, right?
Yeah, and chasing ambulances.
There you go. No offense, any of the good upstanding lawyers. Wow, that's an oxymoron, right
That
there.
chase ambulances.
Okay.
Who still does that?
I don't know. So we're going to see more of this. We're going to see more and more of ChatGPT. Now, Google, the story that was leading here, Google's about to launch this thing, guys. And we're about to see a SERP within a SERP. We're going to be seeing the SERP features, and we're going to see chat, this Apprentice Bard, right? Rolling out series of features inside that. We're not going to be able to rank. Absolutely. We're not going to be able to rank track any of this. We're not going to be able to see the dynamics here. It's going to be a hot freaking mess.
Well, sort of. I mean, I'm like, if big if it's used because they're using Lambda. Like Lambda is a conversational tool. It's a dialogue tool. Right. That could be interesting. Like again, if they're just throwing ask me anything to AI writer, AI whatever. Can't even talk anymore. I'm on a podcast. Good thing I'm on a podcast. And you ask it a question and it spins up a direct answer. Big whoop, honestly, whatever. But if it's a conversational thing where you can start refining the query, that's cool, right? Again, I think I used the example last week when you weren't here. You wouldn't know. You weren't here. I searched for...
I bloody well edited.
Oh, well, that's why it took so long to get out. Okay. So if it was... I'm searching for a pizza near me. And then, the Lambda Bard comes back and says, here, sir, are 5 locations near you. And then you say, okay, but now only show me the one that doesn't suck. And then it weeds out the one that doesn't suck. And then it's okay, now there's 2 options left. Which of these pizza places that doesn't suck offers gluten-free? And then it gives you that one. That's cool.
Is that a schema property?
Yeah, it doesn't
The
suck.
non-suck schema.
Yeah.
Does,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
does
think
not
so.
suck. You have to use it. It's not does. You have to use does not. People make the mistake and they put in the doesn't, and then it's invalid.
Gotcha.
Does not.
Got some
Gotcha.
updates to make.
It's micro format, not JSON though. I mean, it's funny thing. Google.
I love
There
the
you go.
delay.
So
It's
I mean,
screwing you up so bad. Hello?
it really is. It's messing with me.
What?
I'm just moving past it now. I really am. All right. Hey, our title sponsor. I want to talk about this. SE ranking. There you go. Go ahead. Scream to the rafters, Mordy. SE ranking. Yes.
InLinks is a great tool for helping you focus on entities. Did you know that keywords are obsolete? Words are obsolete. Just entities. InLinks. Just entities. Just do it. I think they stole that last part.
Wow. All right. At this point in time, I'm going to mute
He
Mordy
doesn't even know what to do now.
SE Ranking is a cloud-based SaaS platform, marketing SaaS platform. They've got fantastic tools for analyzing website ranking, SEO auditing, competitor analysis, and the like, keyword suggestions, grouping, backlink monitoring, and professional reporting. And they also have a really cool AI content writing tool. Got to make sure that you don't take it verbatim. You got to edit it, guys. All things being equal. Hey, they've got a great contest that we want to offer to our listeners. So here's the deal, is that we have the SE Ranking SEO Checklist Challenge. So what you can do here, you can actually sign up and get to win, just by participating, 30 days of this 1000 Pro subscription. And you have the opportunity of actually winning an entire year of this subscription. So what you got to do here is go over to edgeofthewebradio.com/SE ranking today. Jump in there, submit your information, your name, your email, start the account. You'll get free 14 days to be able to set up your account. 5 things you got to do, and then you're in the race for a $2,500 value subscription. Check this out. Create a project, use at least 5 keywords for that, find 5 of your competitors and put them into the competitor research section, run a website audit, show what kind of issues that you're going to fix, do a backlink check, and upload your backlinks to the backlink monitoring tool. And last, add any page to the page changes monitor, make a change, and be able to show the graph. So take some screenshots of those, send them to the email that actually gets sent to you whenever you sign up. And then at the end of February, because we had a couple bobbles here with our recordings here last, and I want to make sure we have enough time for everybody. At the end of February, we want you to jump in there and listen to our show then, because we're going to be announcing the winner of this contest, and they're going to be getting a full year's subscription at the business level, $2,500 value for SE ranking. So we're really happy about this partnership. We want to make sure that you, our Edge audience, gives them some love, because they're trying to find out, is this the right platform to be able to reach you? So go over there, try out their tool, let them know what you think. And at the end of the month, we'll be able to give away a nice prize. So do all that. Go over to edgeofthewebradio.com/SE ranking today. Okay. Fast track. Back around to some news over at Search Engine Roundtable. What do you think? Yeah? You good for that? Anybody?
Yeah, let's do that.
I think they've left me alone here.
No,
Okay,
you're just delayed. You're just delayed.
Oh my gosh, this is so unnerving. All right, from Search Engine Roundtable by Barry Schwartz. Here's an article from February 3rd. Google does major refresh on the Canonicalization help documentation. They've actually updated its search help documentation around Canonicalization that morning. The Google Search Relations team split into 3 distinct sections and updated a lot of content to provide clearer details around how Google Search and Canonicalization works. If people don't know what Canonicalization is, Morty, what is that? Ha!
Can I go now?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I don't want to delay. It's in and out. It's a
Jake, you're
process
going to have to
telling Google,
fix this
hey,
guy.
who, me? Yeah, someone fix me. I got too many kids.
Oh, God. What is Canonicalization, sir?
It tells Google basically like what the master version of a page might be. So for example, If you go to a website and it's like an e-commerce website, you have all sorts of filters, and you click search, and now you get not just the pants, but you get the blue pants with the slight rip in the knees to make it look super cool. Is that still a thing? I don't know. You'll probably get a new URL. It is, right? Children. You'll get a new URL. So it'll be like mysite.com/product/pants, jeans, ripped, and a whole bunch of parameters at the end. You don't want that page indexed. That's the page you want Google showed. You want to show in the results. You want to tell Google the real page is the original one. All the filters employed, just the one that says, cool jeans as a slug. So you implement a canonical tag. There's one way, for example, of telling Google that this is the primary page. Internal linking is another strong way of indicating that this is the primary page. Helpful with duplicate content as well. Or similar.
Because this is the most important page. And canonicalization helps you clarify that with Google. Thank you so much for that clarifying description there. I truly appreciate that.
That's why I'm here, I think.
I don't know why you're here right now.
I'm not really sure.
Another article from Barry Swartz over at Search Engine Roundtable. Google local review filter. Actually, before anything else, stop that. Why is that important? Because whenever Google's actually making changes in its documentation, you need to pay attention to it. Not only for what it's doing for helping users, but some of the word choices are very, very important to see their intent, because a lot of times, especially with the QRG updates, you start seeing a number of things that Google's paying attention to more and more, and it does bubble up into these help documents. That's one of the reasons I wanted to refer to that particular article, because when they make changes,
we totally skipped
the
whole point of the article.
I know.
Like they make it now. I think like one of the changes that I noticed is like I think it's a change of trying to compare the two old version and the new version. Is up top it says like sitemaps is a very weak way of indicating the primary page. They're very explicit about that now.
That's true. You can't rely on that. You have to rely on internal linking. You have to rely on canonicalization. You have to rely on site structure and obviously inbound relevancy, inbound linking. Those are the important factors. A site map, anybody can spin up a site map. Just kind of like anybody can have a badge. Anybody can have a badge nowadays, right?
Badges?
All right. Yeah. We don't need no stinking badges. All right. Last couple here, and then we're off. Google local review filters removed many legit reviews. Google's actually restoring the reviews right now. Google has confirmed that its latest efforts to filter out local reviews against its policies and guidelines went way too far. Google, over the last few weeks, are working to restore those policy-abiding reviews that were removed by its automated systems. Another machine learning automated system going through and just cleaning the clocks of a lot of legitimate businesses' reviews. Man, that is continually heavy-handed. And in the entire local SEO space, with Mike Blumenthal and Joy Hawkins, they continually report inside the forums how this is always being done. People are losing reviews all the time. Businesses are losing legitimate reviews due to these machine learning algorithms. And the challenge here is that if they restore them, that's fantastic. But Google really doesn't realize the magnification of what they're doing whenever they set these machine learning processes to play, because these reviews mean dollars. These reviews mean advocacy for the consumers, especially at a local business, boots on the ground, feet on the ground, walking into the restaurant standpoint. If you all of a sudden lose 15 of your reviews out of 20, you're being reviewed by those consumers right then and there. They're not taking weeks to then consider going back to that restaurant. They're going to another restaurant just because of that. So it's a huge factor, and I just wish they'd have a little bit more care as they were grooming these processes. What do you think, Mordy?
Couldn't agree more. It's a giant mess.
Thank you so much for the brevity.
No,
all right. So,
I mean, it is the very fast track.
He says the fast track. I don't want to.
It is a fast track.
If I say too much, I say too much. If I say too little, I don't say enough. I don't like. There's no making you happy.
Just don't put me in the garage, man. All right. Last thing we were actually talking about at the beginning, it was the rumors of, or the discussions of Apprentice Bard, and we'll have these in the show notes as well. Is this Google's answers to the Open Chat GPT? Hey, we didn't cover the new monetization of Chat GPT. $40, I think, for the pro version. There was a heck of a lot of
Yeah, $20.
fervor
Yeah,
about that. Was it $20? People are just
$20.
throwing money at this thing. I saw a graph the other day about how quickly certain platforms took to get 1 million results, 1 million new users, right? And they had a number of different search platforms plus Facebook. I'm not doing any justice, but it took like 5 years or 4 years to get Facebook to get 1 million users. It took Chat GPT 2 months to get 1 million, I'm sorry, not million, 100 million users using that platform. That's insane. I'll find that graphic and throw it up on social, because that's the participation that's happening right now. This is going to be a hockey stick of change in our environment, and Google has to be there with its Lambda team getting a hold of this and being able to utilize it for its users. Otherwise, it could very well be a solid punch against Google in the customized search space. So there's the final thought that I wanted to give you, Morty, before we punch out.
Who are we punching out?
Hello. Probably Jacob.
I'm looking for a.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, he's a nice guy. How about
So,
that judge?
guys,
How
what
we
are your
punch
thoughts?
that judge?
Let's punch the judge out too. Guys, what are your thoughts? Final thoughts about this whole Chat GPT thing? Is this the conversation that we're going to have a year from now?
I think so. I don't think it's going anywhere. More and more and more, and it's going to be a major, major problem because the web, forget the web, people clearly not going to be able to check themselves before they wreck themselves with this thing. And they're going to do things like issuing out sentences using an AI platform. So we're in for a heap of trouble. People are going to adopt this thing. Technology is going to evolve. Microsoft invested $1 billion into this thing. It's not going anywhere.
That
This
was
is not
10
like
billion.
voice search. This is real. 10 billion. Sorry. This is not voice
Yeah.
search. This is for real.
Yep. Oh man, major stabs at the voice speakers there. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And maybe the voice search is going to have another time under the sun with this type of AI engine behind it. That's what they were trying to do. But man, this thing's got some legs to it, and we'll report. We'll let you guys know as soon as we come across things, what's happening in the marketplace. There are tools, and they can be used for good, but they can also be used for mediocrity. And I see that there's a huge trajectory change that's about to happen with a lot of mediocre content that is, again, we've talked about before, is going to be able to separate the wheat from the chaff. You're going to have some really great, unique content. Right. Oh, last note on that is that I saw Marie Haynes tweet here over the weekend, and I wanted to point it out. It's about the fact that chat is going to be the space in which we're continually competing, and we're going to have to contend with this type of new content era. But brands, SEOs are going to have to embrace brand and how sites are actually communicating their content, because there's going to be such a democratization of content out there. You've got to be able to bolster the brand and the authority of that website more than anything else, right?
Said that. Canonical back to Mordy, Marie. I'm just kidding. Marie's brilliant. I've been saying, as someone who does a lot of brand marketing, like it's in my title. So like the overlap of brand and SEO is kind of what I do. Brand is such an important part of SEO already that people don't talk about, but it's going to be increasingly important, because if your brand becomes known by users as having decent content, that's going to open up in a world of opportunity for you in a sea of mediocrity. And all of these things, by the way, impact SEO, right? If you're on Yandex, obviously, like that traffic directly impacts SEO. So is it on Bing. But even just getting those links, even just having that cadence of content and visitors and presence that comes with that, there's a huge impact on SEO. People sharing your content, people take that, share it on social. That URL is now out there is such an important thing that's not going to happen unless people understand that your brand is good for content.
Got to build a brand up and realize SEOs, you just can't move content. You just can't technically optimize a site. This is the convergence, and it should be. The hearth should be substantial quality information and strength of knowledge. And it comes from also how to actually present that knowledge in a consumer friendly way. So brands better beef up their game because ChatGPT is about to take everybody's knees out, so to speak. All right.
Heard it here first.
That said,
or second.
or second. All right. So what's going on over at SEO chat this week? Anything? Got anything?
Yes, things are happening about content strategy and things you as an SEO may not have known or wanted to know about content strategy on SEO chat, which will be 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Thursday, hosted by Steph Naylor. So check that out.
Yep. So, I mean, this kind of ties in. Our last comment really ties into content strategy, right? You've got to do a much better job supporting the brand as well. Excellent. Well, thank you, sir. That's how has Wix been? I didn't even ask you how everything's going on at Wix.
Oh,
you guys cranking out some cool things?
Yes, this week. Big announcement. Yep, Thursday. I think. I'm not telling anybody. It's not like I'm not telling you on purpose. I told Jacob, but it's like I'm not telling you.
Oh, yeah, appreciate it. All right, so stand by for their announcement this
Jacob
Thursday.
and I are best friends now because you were gone last week.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Huh?
That's it. You abandoned me for what? Goodbye. You're out. Jacob's in.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, I'll retweet you.
Buddy?
That's right.
That's right.
It's because I didn't wear the hat, right? That too.
All
right.
I have a necklace, and it's a chain necklace, but it's got like half a link. It says Canon, and then his says Akol.
Yeah.
And when you mash them together, it says Canonical, and that's our friendship
heart
now.
At the end of the L.
Okay, I'm done with this. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. That visual is not going to get out of my head anytime soon. So thanks, Jacob. Appreciate it. All right, so that's it for Edge this week. Make sure you check out the Cyrus Shepherd episodes this week. And hey, we got a lot of really cool guests coming up very, very soon. In fact, we just booked Brody Clark as well as Arij. So they're going to be on the show very, very soon. So stay aware of that. And from all of us over at Edge, hey, if you like what you hear, maybe a good portion of it, maybe 70%. Let us know how you feel on iTunes. Just go to ratethispodcast.com/edge today, and you can go over and give us a review. Hopefully, we get a 5-star review from you, but we'll take what you give us, guys. We really will. And that helps us affect the algorithm and get to the top of the list here. So, from all of us over at Edge, as well as Mordy, stay safe, stay well, and do not be a piece of cyber driftwood. We will talk to you in studio next week. Bye-bye.